Hello, it is Monday, December 9th, 2024. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving what should be a fairly approachable early week puzzle, and I'm going to be doing it quickly. It's a bit of a speed solve today, as it is each Monday. I'll read all the clues, but I'll solve as quickly as I can within that constraint. And this speedy edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Quotidiophile, Overfull Hitbox, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster, the indefinable Charlie Paget, and the inexplicable Chris Ward. Thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do, of course, sustain this channel, support it, keep it going day in, day out, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to those five, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors, like those we just mentioned, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks to them, thanks to everybody who supports the channel in that way, and thanks if you subscribe on YouTube, which is also a big help. And of course, it doesn't hurt to comment on the videos from time to time, like them if you like them, and you could also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community, and comment there. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Elliot Carroll, whose debut this is in the New York Times crossword, so welcome. And it was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It'll be themed, and I'll solve it quickly if I can. Let's find out. Let's start solving. Discontinued Apple Music players, an iPod, baker's amounts, teaspoons maybe? Let's see. Compete in a bee, a spelling bee. You could spell 2022 dark comedy that satirized haute cuisine, the menu. Bubbly beverage is, soda. Collectible cardboard caps of the 1990s Pogs. I remember those. Backboard attachment would be a hoop on a basketball equipment. Upper hand would be the edge. Cocktail made with Southern Comfort, slow gin, amaretto, and orange juice. Christmas something? I'm not sure. Cause damage to injure. Like many comfy pants. I'm not sure. Vast blue expanses are oceans. Abu Dhabi. There we go. Shania Twain's That Don't Impress Me Much. So this is not injure. Cause damage to. Why don't I see it? Guilty. A plea is an example of a plea. Is it impale? That doesn't really make sense. Impair? I don't know. Give a positive or negative charge would be to ionize something. And then doctors, colleagues, registered nurses, maybe? Like many comfy pants. Pull on, I suppose. And then, I guess it is impair. Oh, Alabama something. I don't know what that cocktail is. Blue in Spanish is it Azur or Azul? I always forget. Let's see. Subdivision as a unit. Online source for cinephiles, probably IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. Bejeweled topper, a tiara, is full of jewels and it tops your head. Crinkly kitchen wrap is aluminum foil. That's what it is. Great. Okay. So then what about this? X and Y on a graph are the axes of a graph, a Cartesian plane. Prank on the public might be a public hoax. Six-pack muscles are your abs, your abdominal muscles. Chinese dynasty during which paper was invented, probably Han. Hello in Portuguese is hola. And writer, director, and co-star of Defending Your Life, 1991. I've never seen that, but it looks like Albert Brooks, doesn't it? Trash-loving critter, a raccoon, famously. What's deep in a pit? Not sure. Capital of the Bahamas is Nassau. What's deep in a pit is, I don't know. Stephen Colbert's network, probably CBS. Would that see there? Oh, I see. A tuba is a deep instrument, deep-ranged instrument in an orchestra pit. Apt rhyme for bore is probably snore. Sign in a parking garage is exit, maybe? Pivotal point, the crux of something could be a pivotal point of it. Humdrum routines are ruts. You're in a rut. It's a humdrum routine. Predator, sometimes called the wolf of the sea, would be an orca, a killer whale. Play opening would be Act 1. And if something is subject to public condemnation in modern slang, outcast? I don't know. Highlighter color, neon color. Green Gables Girl, Anne of Green Gables is the famous book. Subject to public condemnation in modern slang. On blast. That's what it is, subject to condemnation. Ship's spine is its keel. Beanie Babies were the stuffed toys of the 1990s, as I remember them anyway. Change as a bill or a will. To amend a bill or a will. Some food additives, I'm not sure. Eventually, one day, probably. Passé is old, it's out of date. These upper and lowercase Greek letters. Is that a delta? Lowercase or something? To write is human, to edit divine. Must be Stephen King quote. That's good. Work together with is, I don't know. This is a bit slow today. Group whose logo features an orbiting spacecraft, NASA. Liaise, as in liaison. Okay. So they are deltas. Okay. So some food additives are dyes. Okay. That makes sense. So then what's the hit song? 1986 hit song for Paul Simon. Oh, You Can Call Me Al from the great album Graceland, or an introduction from the starts of 2034 and 41 Across. Oh, they all start with Al. I see. Stephen, is it Yuen? Oscar-nominated actor for Minari. I didn't see Minari, but I've seen Stephen Yuen in quite a few films. Prefix meaning everything is omni. Hairstyle that's swept is an updo. It's hair swept up. Pianist's place is... Oh, pianist pace is tempo. Oh, I must have spelled this name wrong. Sorry about that. Is it Y-E-U-N? Sorry, I mispronounced it and misspelled it. $100 in slang is hundo, $100 bill. And 2 after Tuesday is Thursday. So the U of 22 down is union. Let's look at that. Free speech group, the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. So Alabama Slammer? I don't know. Flat screen TV type for short, LCD screen. Relax, or a place to relax, would be to lounge in a lounge. Sci-fi vehicles or UFOs, unidentified flying objects. We can neither confirm nor deny that this is our first tweet. How @CIA opened its Twitter account. Very good. Short-term engagement would be a gig, short-term job. Chi-Town trains, so this is Chicago, the L's, the elevated rail. Associations or organizations, abbreviated. The movie industry, I suppose, would be filmdom, collectively. Politician Schiff or Kinzinger. Adam. Those are politicians whose name is Adam. Iranian language is Farsi, Persian. And like yellow bananas, they're ripe. Like lemons, they're sour. Little Hellraiser is an imp. To break the ice or break a leg, either one is an example of an idiom, linguistically. And to accept eagerly would be to lap something up. And there we go. So slightly higher time today than usual. So I was, I did feel at some moments I was just sort of slowing down. It's not that I was ever stuck per se, which we wouldn't necessarily expect on a Monday, but there was some friction I was encountering throughout. And anyway, we have a nice simple theme today with a revealer located in fairly close to its predictable spot, 4 rather than 3 cells up from the southern border. Anyway, You Can Call Me Al, a great song from a great album by Paul Simon. And indeed, all 3 of the referenced theme answers start with Al: Alabama Slammer, Aluminum Foil, and Albert Brooks. And there we have it. That was the Monday crossword, a nice, relatively approachable themed puzzle. I suppose if you didn't know You Can Call Me Al, this would be, it would be essentially a completely arbitrary collection of words. But so let me know if you did not know that. And I didn't know this album until just a few years ago. In fact, it was my friend Kirk Hamilton who now does the excellent, incredible, very successful and extremely excellent podcast, Strong Songs. He was the one who turned me on to this album. I think we were in a bar or something a number of years ago, and he referenced it, and I didn't get the reference. And he said, "I can't believe you don't know Graceland." And I said, "Oh, I remember hearing the song Graceland once, and it wasn't really my thing." And he convinced me I needed to listen to this album, which I did, and realized, oh, this is a truly, truly incredible album. So thanks, Kirk. And anyway, there we have it. That was the Monday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday puzzle, which I will solve at an ordinary pace. Maybe slightly brisk on Tuesday mornings, because that is a busy morning for me, but certainly not a speed solve in this manner. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.